Welcome, Tiger fans, to another Raw Vision special. And what a treat we have today. We've got the great man, a good friend of mine, Deledio. Bretty, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me, Matty. It should be a good little chat.
Should be fantastic. And we're sitting here in front of the Guernsey for the Dreamtime game this Saturday night. What are your thoughts?
It looks good, doesn't it? It's a bit different from the traditional one we've got. So I think we might have a few boys wear a matching pair of boots for for the colours here. So we'll see how we go.
Beautiful, mate. Now, the form this year, how have you seen your year so far?
It's been reasonably consistent, but I think I had a couple of down games. Probably my round one game against Carlton wasn't great, and the game against Hawthorn wasn't probably what I expected. But other than that, I haven't received too many below expectations from the coach, and that's the main aim, I guess.
We certainly don't want any of those. What about the team? This time last year, we hadn't had a win, and we're copping some pretty big hidings. So the development in that 12 months has been pretty good.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong. Well, I mean, this time last year we were still 0-8. So, to have 3 wins on the board and a draw, and we only lost to Carlton by 20 points, and in a couple of other games as well. It's a lot of development, but we thought we probably should have beaten the Bulldogs on the weekend, or at least started a lot better than what we did. But Dustin Martin's come such a long way since this time last year. Jack Riewoldt probably he's got a lot better as well, especially with his on-field stuff and off-field leadership. And so many other boys are just taking leaps and bounds with some first-year boys that are playing some great footy as well. So.
Yeah, mate, you're a bit of a utility player. You've played well in all positions, and a lot of people out there sort of often debate where you're best suited. What do you think's your best position, and where do you see yourself playing going forward?
Good question. That's probably something that I've been asked quite a lot. I've been playing at halfback for probably the last 10, 12 months, and I enjoyed it at halfback. I've learned a lot of good things off Justin Lepich, a defensive coach, but I also like going in and mixing it up in the middle. I know after the weekend's game, I walked off thinking, geez, I've played a game of footy. I was sore all over, been hit plenty of times, but it's always good to get out there and play off halfback as well, and help support Jake Batchelor and Reece Conker, those sort of guys that are playing down there.
Now, you're copping some heavy tags on the weekend, in particular Dylan Addison. He wasn't interested in going for the ball. Any thoughts of when you are being tagged that heavily to pushing down to the goal square and making him defend, kick some goals on him?
My biggest problem with doing that, Rick, is pushing Big Pup out of the way. He hogs the goal square. I've never seen any guy reap the rewards of an interchange free kick and get the free kick right in the goal square. He's done it 3 or 4 times, I think, but it's probably a good option for me because I've played a little bit of footy up forward, and I guess there's something to look at.
Well, for what it's worth, I reckon that's a good move for you, Bretty. What were your personal goals coming into the season?
Well, I spoke with Dimmer at the end of last year, and I just asked. I wanted to know what where I could go forward with my footy, and he basically just said, I think you need to get a lot stronger with your defensive side of the spoils and your tackles and that sort of thing. So I feel I've worked on them quite a bit. Apart from Dill Grimes, who's the spoiling king down here at Richmond, and Alex Rance, who'd rather spoil than take the mark. We've developed some good spoilers down there, but most of that is probably what I wanted to work on, and the individual honours don't tend to worry me. I'd like to have more team success, and to taste some finals would be nice, because myself and Newey are leading the way in the games played for no finals at the moment in the AFL, and that's a bit embarrassing.
Well, I don't think they're too far away. Have you risen your expectations up a little bit? Are we talking finals, or are we just taking it the old cliche 1 week at a time?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's not so much 1 week at a time. You're still always going to look towards the future. It's too hard not to, but I don't think we're not getting ahead of ourselves, because although we're playing well offensively at times, we're still leaking a lot of goals, and to play finals footy, you've got to have a strong defensive mindset, and at the moment I don't think we're doing that to the best of our ability, but something certainly Damien's enforcing on us and making sure that we're going to get a lot better at.
Well, I don't think you are getting ahead of yourself, but there are a couple of individuals in particular that I'm concerned about. The push-up king being one, Jake King, far too much publicity, and I saw him driving down Chapel Street in a BMW. Now, he's from Heidelberg, Boys from Heidelberg don't do that.
They drive beaten up old stolen VS Commodores or something, don't they? But Jakey, I think he gets looked after there with a mate that helps him out with the Beamer, so that probably explains that one, or it's hot, one of the two. But Jake, he's he's fantastic for us down the forward line. He applies so much pressure, and he's kicking 2 or 3 goals a week as well. So just does his job, and loves getting angry and belting blokes, as you saw with pushing around the poor old trainer.
Now, Jack Riewoldt, the boys actually wanted to all chip in and pay for the push-ups fine for pushing the trainer. Jack Riewoldt didn't want to give $50 up, apparently.
Yeah, Jackie Riewoldt, mate. You're the highest paid player at the bloody club, mate. You get out there and put in $50. It's not that hard, is it?
Unbelievable. That's true to Richmond supporters. Jack Riewoldt wouldn't give $50 to the poor old push-up from Heidelberg. Now, mate, Damien Hardwick, he's been a revelation down here. Everyone thinks he's doing a great job. What do you see strengths as being?
I think Dimmer's strengths are probably he's got that fine line, with being your mate, but you're also on edge a little bit too, because you're not sure if he's going to flip or not. I don't mean that in a bad way, Dimmer. But he's very approachable, and anytime you've got a problem or a question or whatever, the door's always open in his office. You can always go in and speak about it. And I think he's brought a real togetherness, not just for all the boys at the club, but bringing in wives, girlfriends, and family members to make sure that everyone feels a part of the club.
Well, that's the old Tommy Hafey mantra. I know he was big on having partners around. I think it's fantastic. Dustin Martin, a favourite of a lot of Tigers supporters. Have you been surprised how quickly he settled into AFL footy, and his development this year, as you said before, has been huge?
Yeah, Dusty, he's flying, isn't he? He's he had the heavy tag against Fremantle, but I mean, I don't know too many AFL players that don't struggle with a heavy tag. Judd's probably the exception, but I don't get too close to him around the gym or anything because of that stiff arm, Matty. It's lethal. To see him, not only be able to go on ball and win his own footy, but to push off seasoned players like Michael Ferrito and those sort of guys and outmanoeuvre him, in the forward line and kick goals is just another string to his bow. And isn't it a long kick? I mean, he's banging a couple home from 55, 60 on the weekend.
Mate, that's added a new string. That's what I mean. If you go forward and kick goals, Brady, that's what I want you down there. Now, we're sitting in the GR room here. It's fantastic, the facilities. We're asking all the players that we speak to, how are you enjoying the new facilities?
Oh, compared to what we used to be in, Matt, it's it's poles apart. We've you want to come into the club these days. It's not we're going into the old gym. There's possum crap everywhere, and it stinks, and there's mould and all that sort of stuff. But now it's just fresh and just riding the wave, pretty much, Matty, of how good it's going.
Well, it certainly is. Certainly is great to be involved now. You've been at Tigerland for a long time now. It's 6 or 7 years. It's gone pretty quickly. You got free agency coming up. Greater Western Sydney into the fold. Would you like to be a one-club player? Do you see yourself playing at Tigerland your whole career? Yeah,
I was thinking about this not that long ago. I think I saw an article in the paper. My mate Reg Sheen put something in there. But it'd be strange, I think, to go to some other club and start from where Richmond has been. I think we're starting to build something here that's pretty exciting. And I think that's credit to Dimmer and his coaching staff that everyone wants to be here and learn and build up something together. So I would like to be a one-club player, but that's up to the manager and Craig and all those sort of guys to work out.
Well, we all certainly hope that you do stay here for your whole career. Now, Brady, you're from Kyabram. A couple of famous Tigers from Kyabram, the great Dick Clay and another all-time great of the club, Kane Pettifer. Yeah. Have you risen up to their level yet?
Oh, no, I don't think I have, Matty. The Train was one of the all-times, spent plenty of time at your place out the back at Club Rick. Yeah. But Dicky Clay was a superstar. I mean, all Australian in wing, full-back, full forward, and play full forward as well, so I'll be happy to get to where Dicky Clay was. He was, what did he win, 4 flags? and the best and fairest and whatever else. But the Train, he speaks for himself. He's over in Perth now, kicking goals and due to get married soon. So
he's going well. I spoke to him just before. He kicked 4 on the weekend and took Mark of the Year, he reckons. So he's going all right over there Now, there's always a lot of pests around a footy club. Who's the biggest pest these days down here?
Oh, without doubt, it has to be Alex Rance. I think he's. I've never seen a man spend more time nude around the club. He's got no shame whatsoever. Comes into the physio, and the poor physios are doing their work in there, and he walks in nude and just starts standing there like it's nothing else, you know. But he's always trying to take the mickey out of himself to get a laugh for the boys, and he gets us up when we're a bit flat.
Well, he's got a pretty good rig, so I'd be pretty happy to walk around nude. We won't hold you up much longer, Brett. We know get home and get ready for the big Dreamtime game. But the skipper, Chris Newman, he's been a fantastic captain. Did it hard, obviously, in his first little period, but he's really, a great captain now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some sort of initiation for him to come in and go through what he had to go through with Plough and the changeover, and then have Dimmer come in as well. It's all a bit. It could have been a lot worse than what it was, but Chris handled it really well and handled the group really well, I thought. He's been a bit flat of recent times though, because he hasn't quite got the big banging Jeep that he wants, right. And apparently you've got the big one, but right. He's driving around in a little Wrangler at the moment, so he's looking forward to getting into the Limited. Well,
good lead in there, Brett. Good lead into our sponsor, Jeep. Fantastic new sponsor. There's a lot of Jeeps out there, and I'd like to thank them for the Grand Cherokee that I am driving. Unfortunately, Newey hasn't been able to get into one yet.
No, and he's, like I said, he's driving around the little Wrangler now. Dimmer said, what is he, bloody 18? You know, he's carrying on a bit, but I'm sure the skipper will get looked after there.
Well, can you just tell him that I have got one? If he wants to return a call or a text at any time soon, I'll be happy to hear from him.
Yeah, well, he's busy, isn't he, at the moment? He's tied up preparing his own wedding, so... No, like I said, he's been fantastic.
He has been great. Brett, thanks for your time. Good luck for the rest of the year and for Dreamtime on Saturday.
Okay, mate.
Okay, mate.